Welcome to Easy Email Marketing. I'm your host, Yael Keown, mum, FIFO wife, MBA, coffee lover, survivor superfan, and creator of the email experience. In Easy Email Marketing, you'll benefit from my nearly 20 years experience, where I'll be teaching you all the tips, tricks, and insider info on how to create feel-good, non-spammy experiences for your subscribers. Let's get stuck in. Welcome back to Easy Email Marketing. I'm your host, Yael Keown, and today I want to talk about what is becoming a more and more popular list building strategy, and that is bundles. So you've probably seen these around. They are definitely becoming more and more popular. You might have seen them as someone who has signed up to receive one of these bundles, or you might actually have been invited to participate or participated in some yourself. So the basic idea is typically there is one organizer or host of the bundle, and they pull together a bunch of businesses that serve a similar target audience. And the idea is that all of those businesses will promote this bundle and to their audiences, and then when someone signs up, they can pick and choose which products, which resources, etc. they want to sign up to, and the idea being you get exposed to a much wider audience and you benefit from this huge collaboration. So these can be really, really successful. I have had a significant number of subscribers added to my list through bundles in the past. I've had ones which have attracted more than 500 subscribers in the week of the promotion of the bundle. So it's a pretty great strategy. If you compare that to just trying to talk to your same social media audience over and over again, it can get quite tiresome. Or if you compare it to Facebook ads, if that costs you $3 a lead, it is so much cheaper to do a collaborative effort. So obviously, with any marketing strategy, there are a ton of different ways these bundles can work. Some are free, so where someone signs up, they can get access to all the freebies. Some are paid, so you pay a small cost, and then therefore you get access to everything for free. Or it's a combination of both. So sometimes there might be a free level and then a paid level, depending on the scope of the bundle. The thing with getting the email addresses is that the organizer will typically get all the addresses because they sign up to the overall bundle and the right to access everything. But participants, so anyone who's providing a resource, any of the collaborators, they'll only get the details of those people who sign up for their specific thing. And that's good, right? Because you don't want 1 million people on your list that aren't actually interested in what you are doing. So that's basically how it works. And in this episode, I'm going to be sharing some of the pros and cons, I guess, behind this strategy for growing your list, and some of my top tips for getting the most out of these subscribers, because there are a few things we really need to consider that make this different from your typical list builder, or even something like a once-off event like a masterclass or a webinar, etc. So thinking about it, I want you to think about this in terms of the context. So we are giving away something for free, typically, and therefore the quality of the people who are signing up may not be as high. So it's the same deal as if you run a giveaway. If someone's signing up for something because it's free, they don't want to miss out. I guess I missed in explaining this. Typically, there is only a window of time when people can get the thing for free. So they're just signing up before that expiry date. So therefore, the quality might not be as high. You also have this thing where people are signing up all at once. So some people are really picky and choosy and selective. I like to think I've got to that stage now. Early in business, I would sign up to everything. I'm like, free, free, free. Now I'm like, no, I think I just need this thing, and the rest I will leave. But there are a lot of signups to a lot of different things all at once. So what that means is email inboxes are going to be busy, and you are competing with the collaborators. And I don't mean that in the sense of, okay, you're rivals. I believe there's absolute space for everybody, but that means you are competing for the attention in the inbox and the prioritization. Even if you have the most fantastic, amazing course or something that you're giving away for free, the person who signed up for the things still needs to find the time to do that and that and that and that. And that's what we need to think about here. So we need to come at your email marketing strategy with that context in mind. So with that said, let's get into some tips. And I've divided this into a few sections. The first one is like the participation in the event itself. So how to get a part of these bundles and what to do during the process. Then the delivery, so the initial delivery of the thing. And then what you need to be doing afterwards, after the main event. So let's go into my top tips for that period of time. So participation tips. Obviously, we want to find someone who is in alignment with your business values, who has the same audience as you. So I might receive a bunch of invitations to these bundles, and I pick and choose just a few of them with people that I've worked with before, and I might not do it with them every single time they choose to do so. There are also some larger, more popular entrepreneurs that have, that put a call out for applications because it is that busy. So it's just a matter of seeing if there is one that you're like, yes, I would really love to participate in that one next year. Just make sure you're following them and that you are aware when they are opening for applications and you get your applications in. And when you're completing the applications, please don't do this last minute. Follow the instructions. Really think about, their deadlines, when they want things by, and all of that. Also, when you're thinking about what to submit, so your idea, obviously that depends on if it is a free bundle or a paid bundle. Typically, the organizer will provide some guidelines around what sort of price point product they would recommend. But when you're thinking about what to submit, don't just think about what everyone else is going to be submitting and trying to have the same kind of thing. Try to be a little bit different, but also sit and think about, okay, what will help this person, so the organizer's audience most? So you want to think about that. And you also want to think about targeting your ideal customer, because we remember people are signing up to these things. Even though we want to capture as many leads as we can, we want them to be the right leads. So really think about, okay, what is the most strategic one in terms of what's going to be the most appealing to the organizer, what fits their criteria, and what typically is appealing to them is appealing to their audience, but what's different and what will really focus in on a niche or area that you want to focus on, what will really identify a target customer. The second thing I want you to think about when participating is that just because something is free, and free for this bundle specifically, does not mean you do not need to sell it. Again, you are competing for an email address, you are asking people to sign up, and that has value. It's the same thing anytime you have a lead magnet, you still need to sell it. You need to tell someone why they need this. So don't skimp out on spending some time making a great visual graphic that shows the value of the thing you are offering. Have a really great description that tells them not the inclusions, not like it includes 10 modules or one workbook, etc. Tell them what they will achieve as a result of this. And then if there's space, you add those extra little details later on. The graphic is a great place to showcase the exact features, so the exact things, like you've got modules, it's a course, it's a workbook, etc. You can show that visually, but the description can be more about what it is. And then finally, when it comes to preparing and setting this all up, please make it easy for someone to sign up. Of course, this depends on how you need to deliver your program. So I know with Thrivecart, for example, if I'm trying to deliver a Thrivecart course as a free part of one of these bundles, then I need to still have it as a checkout page, but I can do it without them needing to put in, their details. If it is a paid product, you could choose to just create a duplicate, which is just for this event, that's just for this bundle, or you can create a discount code. And when you provide that link to the organizer, make sure you include it where the coupon code's pre-filled. We want to have as little steps as possible. Please don't forget about the impact of having a really great conversion page, because you're going to have this on their listing page, like a great graphic, your description, and then they click through and then they see your page. And we want to make sure that's an easy process. We still want to make sure that is really nice and appealing and reiterate some of those key points. We want to have minimal fields. We want to make the whole process easy and streamlined so that you can capture as many of the right leads as possible. Okay, so that's the preparation. That's all the getting involved and hopefully getting chosen and choosing the right thing. Now let's get into the delivery itself. So during the promotion period, obviously you're going to be expected to share your offer, the bundle, to your whole email list. So remember that also when you're selecting what you're going to provide, is that your audience will be able to get this free thing as well. So make sure you do that. Now, typically, if it is a paid bundle, you can sign up to be an affiliate. So if any of your audience members do pay for the bundle, then that you will get your percentage cut of that. So that is an opportunity to make some income, but it isn't necessarily the great thing. So they could be getting something for free, or it might just be whatever the cost is of your affiliate commission on the thing. So when delivering, I definitely want you to track this separately and treat it separately to the normal sales of that product. So yes, we need to have that immediate delivery and access and all that information that someone needs straight away, but now is not the time to do a full sales funnel. We do not need to have a 7-part welcome series of sending an email a day telling them, trying to pitch something else to them. Instead, I recommend creating a more custom welcome experience. And that doesn't mean you have to rewrite everything. It just means you might slow it down a little bit. So you have your immediate delivery. Typically, I would follow this up with an introduction in the next couple of days where you introduce yourself to anyone new. Obviously, people who've been on your list before, they don't need that. And then after that, maybe you might still have your sales funnel, but it's spaced out a little bit more. Or you might be just like, that's good enough. I'm just going to put them on my main list. They can experience my other great emails, but then I'll do some follow-ups, which I will talk about in a moment. One thing, though, that is really highly effective during this delivery process is having a bump offer. Now, of course, you need to check with the organizer on their terms and conditions of participating. So some will say, no, you're not allowed a bump offer, but most people are allow this. And that basically means once someone signs up for your free thing, they get that. But on that second page, you might be able to offer something else. So it might be like some sort of higher level course. It might be some sort of support. It can just be like a discounted one-on-one session. It could be all sorts of things. And that can be a great way to get some immediate revenue. And it's in that moment when someone is buying and they're actively typing in. So you can that's a really great time to target them. So that is one thing you can think about during that delivery time. And that is the main event. Next is the follow-up, and people forget about this. People think, yes, my list has grown by such and such, yay, and now I'm just going to send my usual emails and hope for the best. No, we need to still be following up with this group of subscribers, remembering hopefully had a decent bump. You need to be following up with them down the track, because remember, they have signed up for a bunch of things all at once. So we might need to remind them that, it exists. So I like to think about having probably a 1-month check-in and a 3-month check-in, and possibly even longer as well. And you can create automations for this if you like, or you can just set it up as campaigns. And so hopefully, as I mentioned through the delivery, you've tracked this separately. So you've tagged these people, so you know exactly who has purchased this product, who you can do those check-ins with. If your tracking allows it, like if your course platform, your delivery platform if you can see who has actually like even opened it, who has been doing some things in there, you can go even deeper and say, you know what, I'm just going to send out a, hey, general reminder to log in. And we see you haven't checked this out since you've purchased it. Here's a reminder you've got this, to anyone who hasn't signed in since that first day and that quick download. Or you could, if they see that they've been in there, they've come in a couple of times, it might just say, hey, I see that you've been checking it out. I would love to, if you've got any questions, I'd love to, help you out. Or here's your reminder to get stuck back in, or here's an extra tip, something like that. So you can do it just a blanket thing, just say, hey, you put reminding they purchased, or you can go deeper like this. You can also do things like create things called Get It Done Days or Get It Done Weeks. Elizabeth Goddard teaches this strategy quite well, and I've run a couple of Get It Done Days and weeks for different things in my business, and I find they're really effective for people to take action, and that could be incentive for them to do it. So they've already purchased this thing, but if you say, okay, I'm going to be providing email support, or I'm going to provide a Facebook group where you can ask questions and I'll have Q&As, or just a couple of little extra bonuses, if you join. And the whole focus is completing the thing that you signed up for. So that can be a great way to help people take action. So we really want to be engaging them, giving them plenty of opportunities to use the thing they purchase. We don't want it just something, or purchase or signed up for free. We don't want it just sitting, gathering dust and not doing anything with it. And hopefully over that, you will get some really good action takers that you can identify, and you can say, okay, these are my warmer leads, and they are the people that maybe you might even do an extra special offer to, or some sort of sales funnel thing, but it's just that bit delayed. And finally, in this follow-up period of time, we want to do a cleanup. So again, there will always be people who signed up thinking this is free and think this is amazing, but after 3 months have not done a thing with it. They have not opened any emails. They have not clicked. We want to let those subscribers go with love. And as you're going through those lists of people, you might even find that people have dedicated email addresses literally for the purpose of signing up to things. So of course, we always need to maintain access to whatever they've purchased as per the terms and conditions of the bundle, but they don't need to take up valuable subscriber space. So I would recommend going through and creating a segment of people who have not been logging in to wherever they need to log into if you've got that data, and they aren't opening your emails and they aren't clicking your emails, any of that stuff. If that isn't happening, let them go. And that will keep your list healthy. That means that'll keep your engagement high. And, frankly, you don't want to be sending people emails that don't want them, that are just not interested. Because remember, the quality isn't quite as high in terms of compared to the quantity you get. But at the end of this 3-ish month period, you hopefully have filtered that down to the people who are really, really interested. So hopefully you found some of those tips helpful. We are definitely coming into a season when there are a bunch of bundles coming up. Don't participate in them all, but choose a couple of really good ones, and hopefully and just follow these tips in terms of just thinking about it as you want to be targeting the right people, and you want to be nurturing them in a slightly different way in order to help them take action, and also to hopefully convert to repeat customers. So buying other things, promoting other things, becoming a client, any of those good things. If you want help with this, bundles are one of the strategies that I talk about inside List Building Boost, which is my course all about helping you grow your email list when perhaps your lead magnet just isn't doing what you want it to do. So in that course, I talk about, 3 different ways to identify, where things could be going wrong, and also identifying, possible ways that you could be growing your list through things like bundles and webinars and different strategies that give your list growth a boost. You can find more about that at yaokeone.com/boost. Thank you so much for joining me today. I would love to hear from you about what you have enjoyed from this episode or what you want to know more about in future episodes. Please let me know over on Instagram. I'm at Yao-Keone, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to Easy Email Marketing. It's an absolute honour that you chose to listen. If you love this episode, then it would mean the world to me if you could leave a review so that others can find this podcast and make their email marketing easy too. Finally, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a thing. Until next time, have an awesome day and make sure to keep showing up and serving in those inboxes.